What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires, as we all eagerly anticipate the very first teaser trailer next month, which, by the way, has not been confirmed by any sources Marvel, just highly anticipated because of what the industry insiders are saying. We now have another cryptic tease from the Russos coming on their official Agbo social media. This time they posted a video that certainly had a lot of imagery for Avengers Doomsday, and while they may have been trying to say something inside the video itself, I think this may mean something else based on the news we got early last week. We're going to tie it all together for you. This latest cryptic teaser for Avengers Doomsday officially posted by the Russos to Agbo social media, the co-production company working on this movie with Marvel Studios. But first, I want to tell you about the sponsor of today's video. Now, look, guys, as we enter the holiday season, it's the same thing every year. You want to give your friends and family something that they'll enjoy and that they'll actually use, but instead you end up settling for something that's not that exciting, or even worse, gets stuck in a drawer on a shelf and never looked at again. That's why I'm so excited to pair with the sponsor of today's video, Raycon earbuds, a great gift during the holiday, about to be 30% off during Cyber Monday and Black Friday. And what's even more, with their new essential open earbuds, you can stay connected to your surroundings while still getting crystal clear quality for your favorite music, podcast, or whatever you listen to while you work throughout the day. Now, sometimes given the situation like traveling, you're looking for a more enclosed sound, and the everyday earbuds with active noise cancellation are great for that. But sometimes you want to stay connected to your surroundings because of what you're doing while you're listening, and the essential open earbuds are perfect for that. I personally love to use mine walking my dogs, Loki and Mance. They approve of the product, 10 out of 10 ahs, no notes. And just like walking my dogs when I'm working around the house, cleaning, or working in the garage, the open earbuds are perfect for letting me listen to a podcast or music, but still be able to hear my fiance or my daughter if they happen to call my name or if they need me to come help out. And with 36 hours of battery life with a full charged case, you get days of listening with no interruption, especially handy when you want to use them on a daily basis. And with Black Friday right around the corner, Raycon audio products are up to 30% off site-wide. From everyday essentials to latest releases, it's the perfect time to upgrade your sound or get ahead on gifting. These early deals won't last long. Shop now before they're gone. So click the link down in the description or go to buyraycon.com/everything-always-open and get up to 30% off site-wide for Black Friday and Cyber Monday on Raycon audio products. Again, that's buyraycon.com/everything-always-open. There's a link down in the description and comments. Go ahead and get ahead of your gifting or get yourself a pair too and enjoy the quality and experience of Raycon's essential open earbuds this holiday season. Okay, so this is the video that Agbo shared to TikTok. It's two girls lip syncing a mashup. One of the songs is Bees in the Trap, the other is the Four Non-Blondes classic What's Going On. One of them has a Dr. Doom mask that noticeably has a crack in it. The other is wearing a Tony Stark mask. They both lip sync their parts of the song to the mashup, which we can't play the audio for because it will obviously get copyright struck. And the caption says, "No, really, what's going on?" Now, past just the Iron Man and the Doom mask, in the background you might have noticed the same suit that Robert Downey Jr. was wearing when they announced Dr. Doom, a costume for Sue Storm, and also a quick, well, sort of costume for Franklin Richards. Now, rest assured, I spent way too much time staring at every frame in the background to make sure there wasn't some huge Easter egg or big reveal, and aside from the occasional Agbo logo, which is their production team, there is really no other reveals in this. It's simply everything Avengers Doomsday related is clearly in frame for you to see. The song, Iron Man, and Dr. Doom, make of it what you will. And we make of it two things. The first of which everyone is talking about, that I alluded to in the prologue, teasing a major connection between Tony Stark and Dr. Doom. That seemed to have been a point of contention between industry insiders earlier this month, when first we got this major plot leak talking about Kang being the reason that Doom looks like Tony Stark. Basically, Doom was way too dangerous aside from all of his other variants he was warring against, and decided to rewrite Doom into Tony Stark, from a villain into a hero in the sacred timeline, basically for protection against himself. But when Loki blows this wide open, destroys the loom, and puts things onto a different course, and with the death of Tony Stark, that allowed Doom to resurrect. Now, I honestly do not believe they will be referencing Kang in any way, and so when people started to pick at that plot leak, and as we assessed during the video covering it, I don't think that's it. However, I do believe there will be a reason why they're connected, and industry insiders who said that that plot leak wasn't real insisted that it's not going to be a big deal that these two characters look like each other. It's simply going to be two variants from across the multiverse that happen to look like the same person, the same way that the original Johnny Storm from the Fox Fantastic Four universe looks like our Steve Rogers from the 616. Both Chris Evans, not variants of the same character. two different characters that happen to look exactly the same, and that may be the case for why Victor Von Doom and Tony Stark look like Robert Downey Jr. But you do not jump through the hoops of making this actor both characters unless there's a major connection between them. So while I don't believe it will be Kang rewriting Doom into Tony Stark, or that they'll even reference Kang at all, what I do believe is there is a major reason why they're connected. The Russos have sort of pseudo-promised that that'll be explained during Avengers Doomsday, and it can't just be a coincidence, oh my god, they happen to look alike, Victor Von Doom realizes this and is going to use that to his advantage. And so on one level, this video seems to tease or more confirm there is some big connection between the two. That being said, I think there's something else going on here that we also alluded to in the prologue, and I'm not hearing anybody else tie this post to what we found out last week when a brand new Twitter scoopster indicated that we are getting a second round of cast announcements. We did a video on it here at the channel, and in fact, they're preparing right now at Marvel Studios and Agbo for that announcement. I wonder if this TikTok video, what is really going on, is basically a precursor to that they're getting ready for another big thing to happen for Avengers Doomsday. Maybe wishful thinking, but it's the proximity of the reports that I find interesting after having done this for nearly a decade myself. First, we're getting industry insiders saying they're preparing for a casting announcement. Then we get this sort of video saying, hey, what's really going on? What's going on is they're preparing to blow our minds once again. Now, to be fair, and drawing the drama back here quite a bit, they know that everything they post regarding Avengers Doomsday is not only free marketing, but basically free clicks, because everybody is so vested at this point, and we have a history of sort of going over everything they post to their social media. It literally costs them $0 to keep posting on it, and I would suspect even after some major reveals, they keep doing it. It's free for them, it's major traffic for them, and Doomsday and Secret Wars, with all of the productions they've done, and some successful ones at that, are still going to be their two biggest co-productions by a mile that production studio has done. Keep in mind, it's only existed since the wake of Infinity War and Avengers Endgame anyway. They made a boatload of money, founded their own production studio. Good for them, that's what you do. I'm simply trying to remind myself as much as you guys that not every single thing they post between now and Avengers Doomsday, and then between Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, is actually going to have any reveals. And I had to think about this for a second before I said it, but they know we know they know we know. Everything they post, we're going to break down, so they're doing it because of the buzz itself, not necessarily to leave breadcrumbs or make some actual reveals. We need to keep that in mind. Every time they post something on social media, there may not be something there that we're just trying to look for. That being said, and since we're on the basic devil's advocacy argument tangent anyway, Marvel Studios set up a really weird precedent for having us anticipate that there's some huge connection and then letting us down. And from the very first project in the Multiverse Saga, rewind to WandaVision, when Evan Peters shows up as a version of her brother, who technically is Quicksilver and played Quicksilver in the X-Men universe, then zoomed all around the living room, and then Marvel Studios literally pulled the rug right out from under our feet, saying that the character was simply a guy named Ralph Boner, and then never went back to it and never explained it. There may still be an explainer out there that they're going to come to, but man, a lot of time has passed between now and then. So in that vein, and for every Twitter scoopster or theory that says they simply happen to look like each other, Victor Von Doom looks like Tony Stark, he's going to use it to his advantage, but there's no real reason, no real explainer, nothing tying our Tony Stark sacrifice to Victor Von Doom's look-alike. I just simply don't believe Marvel Studios will make that mistake twice in a row with so much on the line. Look, there were no stakes to faking us out with the Quicksilver character and naming him Ralph. There were no stakes to that. Yes, we were a little let down and a little confused, but it didn't ruin anything. If we go into Avengers Doomsday and they simply explain this by, well, they happen to look like each other, that feels like a major letdown. That feels like it is devoid of the reason this all went down in the first place. And if you listen in nuance to the things that the Russos are saying, they said they only activated the team and came back because they figured out a story. Robert Downey Jr. was insisting for a year that they come back and direct this film, else he wouldn't be in it, and they didn't agree because they didn't have a story to go forward with. And you think a story that they finally settled on that was interesting enough and compelling enough to bring them back simply has Victor Von Doom looking like Tony Stark with no explainer? There is no way. In the same way there's no way they're going to be mentioning Kang, they're not going to make their lookalikes a coincidence. And so, without knowing if this is truly calling for another casting announcement, and also knowing that their social media posts don't always have to have breadcrumbs or major Easter eggs in them, I think this still is teasing a major connection between the two characters, and I personally can't wait to see what it is, to see if any of the theories, channels like mine, or any of the scoopsters out there actually got it right, because I'm not sure that we've heard one that's airtight, that everyone buys in and says, yes, that's the absolute reason. Let me know all your thoughts down below about any and all of this. I'm all ears. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff. Still giving away PS5s. Just make sure you're sub, leave a comment on the video, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Find me on all other platforms under the name All Fires with original music. Catch my band All Fires live on November 15th in Tampa. We have brand new dates coming out next year. And of course, huge shout out to Raycon earbuds for sponsoring this video. Go ahead and grab a pair of Raycon earbuds today. I promise you guys, I use them. They're great. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.